Well, hopefully that is us live. So this will be a first initial test live stream. I'm just going to be doing a few little bits around the screens, showing the app, maybe having a little bit of dev, maybe doing a little play testing, just basically making sure that everything works well for future live streams. So if anyone joins, welcome. If people are watching this once it's been replayed, thank you for watching. Any feedback would be very grateful. So yes, let me start by testing some of these screens that we've got. The first thing I'm going to do is change over to the app screen. There we go, and from here I'm going to log in as two different users. Log in there with that user, and let's log in with a different user here. Let's save that. Okay, and let's have a look at the parties for each of these. So I have created a party for this user already. Scott's Lawnman, the Marshals. Let's have a look at what I've got set up. So I've got a US Marshal. He has a carbine, short rifle. A deputy, he has a revolver. Okay, that's good. So that's totaling 60 bucks at the moment for that party. Let's have a look at the other user. So yeah, we've got Scott's Bad Boys, and these are outlaws. Let's have a look at them. Okay, so we've just got a gang boss there, and he has a carbine, short rifle. Okay, let's add someone else to this party. Let's just go and add a gunslinger. Well, let me just check the audio. Yeah, I think the audio's on a decent level. Okay. Weapons, let's add a weapon. Let's go kind of like for like. Let's add a revolver there. Okay, brilliant. So whilst I'm testing this app as well, we might find a few bugs here and there, but that's fine. That's what we're doing this for. It's a bit of a dev session as well. Let's create a showdown now. Looks like we've already got one in progress there, so let's just delete that one. Is it going to delete it? Now then, this is where the dev will come in, because I need to have a look to see if the last deployment happened, and it did. I'm not going to show you this screen because it's kind of private. Okay, let's have a look then at whether or not I committed those changes. Yes. Let's just commit this change. To be fair, we can show this screen. It's fine. This is the dev screen. This is my Visual Studio. Let's have a look, see if we've got this pipeline running now. It's now deploying, which is good. The reason why that didn't update though is a good question. Should have deleted that. Let's go back to the home screen. Let's log out. Let's hard refresh. Always good to do a hard refresh. Let's log in. Let's have a look. Delete. There we go, it's deleting it. Maybe it's just a hard refresh I needed to do. So with that in mind, let's hard refresh on this one as well. Let's create a showdown. So I'm going to pick my party of the Scots Lawmen. I am then going to choose me and Scott's Bad Boys. Let's create a Showdown. Good, and then that should show up in this one. View it, and let's say we're both ready now to go. Okay, so that's the Showdown ready to start. Might do a few little runs of the game. Let's go back to the main screen here. Right, okay. There's probably something else I want to do here where I don't have the image of me in the top right for when I'm at the table. So I'm going to create a new scene, mainstream, no top right camera, and let's add the no, it's not display, it will be the video capture device, and it'll be the 4K camera. Okay, I see, so we're going to have to do some transformation on that. Let's transform that. How's this working in the channel, the live stream? Okay, so you're seeing that screen at the moment. Tell you what, as it's a dev session, let's bring this in here so we can see what we're doing. I'm trying to create this screen. Let's just create some bounds on it so we can get it working correctly. 450 from the bottom, cropping it there, cropping it on the left about 300, about 350, and the right probably 350 as well. No, looks like a little bit more is needed, 400, maybe more, 450, maybe even more, 500. A little bit more, 520, that'll do. Let's close that. Let's make that the full size of the screen. Okay, and then we have another. We want the display capture, and we're going for that one. Yep, that will show us the app. Let's have that down there, and we'll have another video capture device and front camera 4K. No, I think it is. It's the Droid Cam. There we go. We've got to get Droid Cam in there for the dice cam. Gonna need a bit of transforming done on this one as well. So let's go left 100. Right, looks like it needs to be about 300. Maybe more, 500. 550. Looks good. Let's go to the top. Let's just do 20 on the top. That's good. So we've got the dice cam there. Okay. Okay. Let's have a think about this. Let's move OBS back over to this monitor here. Let's do a few little changes. So we should be on the camera that doesn't actually have me in the top right anymore. Oh dear. Looks like the stream's gone black for some reason. It's okay, this is all part of learning. Let's get this all logged in. Right, so that's showing this. Select a stream here, let's do that. I need to do here something to do with the resolution. You need to change the video resolution. The current resolution is, which is not supported. Oh. That resolution is not supported. Is it not? The current resolution is 3840 by 2160, which is not supported for this configuration. The expected resolution is 2560 by 1440. Is it now? Is it now? So I need to do something to change the resolution. I go into my settings. Right, yes. Okay, well, it seems to be streaming okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up YouTube on my phone, I think. Just check the live stream. Seems to be streaming okay. I might just leave that for now then. And the mic doesn't sound great though, but I guess that's because I'm using one of these boom mics. Okay, right, well, fair enough. So what I'll do now is, let's have a think. So we could have a play test, but I am aware of a little bug that won't update the wounds when you get shot at. So let's have a bit of dev. Let's go for some dev. Right. That's fine. Let's get this on. And yeah. So we're there with the dev screen. Good. Let's have a look then where we are. So, I'm using Blazor, C#8 to create this, and we are on the Showdown view, and I've utilised a technology called Signal R to send messages back to clients when there's been an update. So what's happening is, when you do a wound on someone, it will send a Signal R message to the user of the client of the party member that's lost the wounds, and it will show them a message. But it shows the message, but it doesn't actually reduce the wounds on the actual app screen here. See here. So if the gang boss had lost a couple of wounds, we would get a message come up here, but this wouldn't actually update to say like 3 or 2, depending on how many they've lost. So what I'll do is let's go back to the dev screen, and let's clean this up a little bit so we can see where we are. So when the page gets initialized, we create this this hub connection builder. It creates a connection and it shows a notification, and that just shows a message. Okay, and we have got the update, the Showdown there. If we pass a true to that, and it loads the Showdown again. So we could do a quick and dirty fix here. Showdown functions. This is the API. Let's have a look at the option, the character use weapon or used weapon, I think it is. In here we will have the message that gets sent here. So it's just sending a notification. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to have to do another one. Server. Oh. Tell you what, Copilot is really helping now. It's got a bit better, but at the same time, it tries too hard. But that seems to be right. So send a request to the user, update Showdown, and it needs to be the target characters, user party character, the user party, the user ID for that, yeah, and it's going to a string. So, brilliant. I think that's all we needed. So, let's commit this. Update Showdown details when a character loses a wound, loses wounds. Let's commit that. Let's push that. And then let's have a look, see if our pipeline is doing the job there. There it is building. Brilliant. So, let's go back to the mainstream scene. Yes. I feel like I need to take a little break and go to the toilet, but before I do that, it almost seems like I need to do a scene, break scene. Let's do that. Let's add an image slideshow. That sounds good. Always play even when not visible. Stop when not visible. Loop images. Let's add some images. What are these images I've got here? are all ChatGPT images, aren't they? They're probably pretty cool, to be honest, apart from that one. Yep, that'll be nice. Let's do that. Let's make that full width of the screen. Tell you what, can we put text on OBS? Yes, we can. Text. I will be back soon. I will be back soon. Have we got any decent fonts we could do? I don't really care too much about the font. Actually, haven't I got one from the game itself that I'm using? We just need to install it. Let's go there. Open folder. Install. It's called Talamuse Cowboy. Bet it doesn't show up straight away here though. No, it doesn't. So let's go something standard like that. That's not going to work because it needs to be like huge. I'll do. We actually edit it though now and see if the font comes up. No, probably come up when I restart OBS on my computer. Do it at the top there. Okay. It's kind of interfering with the text on those, isn't it? Tell you what, when it's on this, I could do with it playing some music. I haven't got any though, have I? Some cowboy music. It would probably have to be royalty free. Yeah. Anyway. That's fine. That's fine. We'll leave it at that for now. Give me about 10 minutes and I will be back. Right, I'm back. Needed to remember my tape measure as well. So I was thinking it would be good to have some music playing on this. I'll be back soon screen. So let's have a little play with some royalty-free music. Let's go back to the dev screen for you guys. Okay. I don't know where is best to get music, to be honest. YouTube audio library. That'd be pretty good. It's actually, that's a bit loud. Let's turn that down. Very loud. Don't want that, do we? So, how do we find, what do we need? We want sort of Western music, don't we? In the West. What's this sound like? I'm not really feeling that. No, I'm not feeling that at all. What about this one? No, thank you. Cowboy Sting. Yeah. Download that. Oh, we need to go. Oh, not now. Bit short though. That actually download. It's a bit too short, that. Plus I don't think it even downloaded anyway. Heading west. No, it's too modern. Too modern. Strolling through. No. Gonna have to pick something soon. No, not the blues. Texas techno. Don't think so. What was this one like? No, thank you. Okay. What's this? No. Okay. Cowboy. Doug Cowboy. Better not be Doug. Not too bad. You know what? No, I do need premium. I do need premium for it. Let's scrap that then. It's not going to be YouTube library, is it? What about this then? No. Royalty-free music. I don't know. I don't know if any of these are any good. Pixabay. Western Jewel. I must say that sounds pretty good. Let's get a download on that. New download. Right, okay. So if we've got that, let's go back to this and then let's add a media source. Media source. Music, let's call it. Western Jewel. Let's put it on a loop. I think that's pretty good. Yep, we'll have that. Maybe make it a little bit quieter. Yeah, just because my mic volume isn't great. Might have to get a new mic for this. Okay, right. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. We should go back to the app screen, I think. Testing, testing. There we go. For some reason the mic wasn't working then for a bit. Right, have we got close-up camera? Yes. We do. Now then, I'm wondering if we want anything else showing on this screen, but kind of don't. But I don't like the fact that it's got those black sides to it. So let's have a look, see if we can create a nice background. Fit to screen. Then we need to change the order, move it down. Still not perfect though, that. To make it bigger. There we go. That will do. Is the mic still working? Yep. Good, 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 good. Let's get that up there. And then let's try this. So as you can see, I was talking about the cover. These characters are about 50% covered by the cover there. So that would give those characters 50% cover. Things like the cacti, that's given 100% cover. Same height as the character, as you can see. That's going to give 100% cover. But it is soft cover, so it's a bit different. Anyway, that's enough with the close-up camera for now. Glad we got that sorted, because I think that's going to be useful at times. So let's go back to the main scene without me. Make sure the stream's still running okay. Let's have a look. Yep. Okay. It's okay. It's all good. These are still there. They're logged in. Right, where were we? We were setting up the cover. I think what I do need to do though is make sure I've got my mobile phone plugged in and charging up, so that does mean I'm going to have to use this. Okay. That's my mobile phone charging. I think I've just knocked the dice cam a little bit. Guess it doesn't matter because they're still visible. Let's continue with setting up the board. As I was saying, we've got the half cover crates. Now they need to be set up symmetrical like everything else. It makes it fairer. I'm trying to think where they can go. Let's see, one can go there, one can go there, and one can go there. So let's just measure them to make sure they're symmetrical. So we've got 6 from the side and 12 there. 12 there and 6. What else have we got? Rocks. They're in 2 sets. One big piece, smaller, another smaller, and even smaller. So let's get them set up in a similar way so it's symmetrical. Let's have it so they are just off the fences here. In a similar way, like this. It goes out like that, doesn't it? Okay. So that's all set up. Now we have to do the deployment of the characters. Now the way to keep track of who the character on the board is and the character on the app is to use these counters that have numbers on them, 1 and 2. Got red ones and blue ones. So just have a look at them. Look at the app, and we can see on the app that the US Marshal has got 1 and a deputy is a 2. Gang Boss is 1 and the Gunslinger is 2. So Gang Boss 1, Gunslinger 2, Marshal 1, Deputy 2. Now it comes to actually placing them. The way I'm thinking of this happening is it's done in turns. You roll off, one side goes first, places 1 character, then the other player places 1 character, and keep going until all characters are done. So I'm not going to roll off because, well, I'm playing against myself. So I'll start with the US Marshals, and I think the rule's going to be that they can only be 6 inches in from their side. So this would be the side for the Outlaws, and this would be the side for the Marshals, and 6 inches maximum from the side. They could be anywhere behind that, but they have to be 6 inches. And obviously the aim of the game is to either kill all your opponents or take the objectives. There'll be a turn limit, so I'm going to say there's going to be, I think we're going to go with 6 turns maximum each, and then whoever's in control of a objective will get 2 points, and for every player killed you get a point. These might change when it comes to balancing. So the other thing I need to mention with cover is you have to be within 1 inch of the cover to be able to take the benefits of it. So first off then, I'm going to place my Marshal, US Marshal, behind this cover here. So he's easy access to that objective. Now, because this is pretty much my first play test as well, I'm going to do very symmetrical things because I'm playing against myself. And I'm just going to put the gang boss pretty much exactly the same behind this piece of cover, which is hardcover. It's a crate and it's half. So the next one I'm going to place is my deputy, and he's going to go here, and the gunslinger is going to go exactly the same on the other side there. Should we get a bit of a close-up of all of that, see how that works? So, here is the gang boss behind cover, being able to look out across over there. The gunslinger is here, ready to move up to that cover. And there's one of the objectives, the chest. The other objective here being the campfire. This here, you can see, is the deputy, and then we've got here the US Marshal, and there's the other objective. Hopefully that was a decent sort of close-up view. We'll go back to the main camera now. Let's get rid of these dice. We don't need them there for now. Now then, I am going to roll to see who goes first. So we're going, I've got a red and a blue die. Red obviously for the outlaws, blue for the marshals. Whoever gets highest goes first. And it's the US Marshals. So, each turn a character can have 2 actions. They can be move, shoot, or use an item. That's all there is at the moment. There may be more in the future. The movement characteristic is shown on the app. Let's go and have a look at the app in detail. We're going to have the US Marshal. His movement is 8. Some of these values might change when it comes to like more playtesting and balancing. But obviously the first thing the US Marshal is going to do is move up to this checkpoint. So he has basically got it under his control. So that was his first action. His second action is he's going to shoot. If we have a look at the weapons he's got. Sorry, I have noticed that I didn't show that movement properly. So what I did was I moved the US Marshal from here 8 inches to there to be in control of the signpost capture point. Because I have the app screen with me down there, I don't want to be there on that screen. Anyway, so we can see the US Marshal has got a carbine, a short rifle. It's got a range of 18, the damage dice of 1d12. Now let's just measure to see if anyone is in range. 18 is just in range. So he is going to shoot the gang boss, which has got an ID of 2 on it. That's what they're there for. I just realised I didn't show, and it looks like if we have that there, you can't really see it so well. Let's have it up here, because that is up there. So yeah, let's go back to that. The carbine rifle has a range of 18. Is here, just in range to shoot the gunslinger. So from that then, we're going to click use. And then it asks you who you're targeting. You've got a range of 18. And the only character that's in range is the gunslinger. We've got the marker count here of 2, so you know which one it is. Let's, this is going to be something that I need to learn, is switching from the scenes back and forth. If I cancel that, use the carbine. Don't worry about this number just for now, it's just a unique ID for the gunslinger. So he's on the marker count of 2, he's the only one in range. He's got 3 wounds, he's got a grit of 8. I'll explain what the grit means in a minute. It's basically a toughness save based when you're shooting the character, whether or not they get wounded or not. So we'll target him. Now my US Marshal has a aim of 7. If you can see here, the gang boss has an aim of 7. This means that when I'm shooting with a carbine short rifle, I need to get below a 7 to hit. So let's go for that. And he misses. So I'll mark that as a miss there. What this will do, we'll record all of the events in the game, and then at the end of the game it will create a transcript of the history of the game, and I'm looking at maybe using a bit of AI to create a narrative. Right. That now means I'm going to click complete my turn. Don't know why that came up, but we're now. I just realised once again I didn't do that. So you could see the dice roll. You got a 12. He missed. Anyway, I'm going to have to learn to keep switching back and forth from these scenes. So go back to the app screen. Once the turn's been completed, it sends a signal alarm message and says it's now your turn for the other player. So I'm going to do pretty much the same sort of thing. Don't forget to change the scene. It's not have me there. And we are going to move the gang boss. He's got movement of 8. Which means he can go there. And he should have an aim of, he's got a range of 80, very much like the US Marshal. So that must mean he's in range. He is. And we'll do the same thing where we click use. Now he's aiming for the deputy. We'll target him. Oh, that's interesting. So the CSS is updated on this one. I've made the number bigger so you can see it. So he needs to roll below a 7 to hit. And he got a 5. So he has hit. Now then, roll for damage. I get to roll 1 d12, which I think I'm going to be changing to a 2. That's an 8 or above. Now 8 is the deputy's grit. That's where the grit comes in. So let's just have a look at the scene here. The deputy has a grit of 8. So I need to roll above that to cause a wound. So let's give that another go. 11. Obviously that's a wound. So we'll add 1 damage. Oh, once again I forgot the camera. Hopefully you can see that's 11. I'm not going to roll it again. I am wondering whether or not I need to keep going back to the app screen each time. Because it's better zoomed in. But for now, I will, just to show the app. So we rolled 1d12, 8 or above to wound. I've increased that by 1 because I've done 1 damage. I confirm that. And it shouldn't be showing that. That's a bug that I'll have to fix. But it also says here, wounds taken, the deputy, don't worry about this, this is the unique ID that will not be there in the future, has taken 1 wounds. 1 wound, not wounds. Anyway, this keeps coming up for some weird ass reason. But hopefully now you can see that the deputy is now down to 2 wounds. Now, the reason why we're using the app, and the markers is we don't have to mark wounds on the tabletop. It's just the one marker identifies this character on the app. I've just realised that once again, stop not swapping the scenes. This character, or any of the characters, don't have any wound markers on them because the companion app is basically linking this character with the ID2 as the deputy, and we can track the wounds on the companion app. Right. So that's done. I will click complete turn. I am starting to think though this bug is quite annoying. And I want to stop it from happening. Dev time, dev time. Let's have a think why this could be happening. So it's on the Showdown view. And it's the piece that's basically showing the use weapon component. Showdown character, use weapon VM. How is that being displayed? Visible show use weapon. So probably not resetting that once it's completed. So on target clicked, on cancel clicked. So on cancel it needs to go on hit on this, on confirm on click. Yeah, so that's that. I need to set this back to false each time. That's the issue. Stop the use weapon component from showing when it shouldn't. Now the issue with this is we're going to have to wait for it to deploy. Which normally takes roughly 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay. Well, we don't need to see the dev screen anymore. As we can see though, go to the app screen. It has said that now it's this person's turn. Let's cancel that, close that, cancel that. When it's not your turn, as player, you can't use your weapons, as you can see. But when it is your turn, you can use them. So whilst that is building, we go back to the campaign map. I haven't got a turn timer at the moment, so we're going to have to just like memorise that, or I'll keep a die down here. Both had one turn. Right, that's the other thing that's not built into the app just yet. Each player has a turn to use one of their characters. Then it goes to the other player. they get to use one of their characters. Then it goes back to the other player. They can't use the character they just used the previous turn again until all of the other characters have been used. So that means he can't be used this turn. The deputy. The marshal. So that does mean that I need to move up the deputy. The deputy can move. The deputy can move 7 inches, which should just be enough to get behind this cover. There's plenty enough. So let's move over this way and get closer to there. So that's one action. Second action will be for him to shoot. Now he's got a revolver, and it's not going to be as much range. It's not too bad. It's 12. Can he reach him? No. So he can move again. So he's going to move again to here. Obviously, he has used both of his actions. Now, because this game, how I've set it up, is going to be very symmetrical, I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to just complete turn there. I'm going to do exactly the same with the gunslinger. I'm going to move 7 to there, and then just a little bit more to there. Still behind cover. Although it's only a quarter cover there. Now then, let's have a look. So it has deployed. So I am going to go and refresh the app screens. So the best way to do this is to go to the home screens, hard refresh each one, back to the Showdown. Still on 2 rooms, yep, good. And it is the bad boys have completed their turn because he's moved. Hopefully when I do this now. Yep, perfect. The show weapon usage is no longer showing up. So that was the fix for it. So now that's 2 turns both players have had. Now that both characters have all been used, I can now go back to using the marshal, or if I want to, go and use the deputy this turn. They're both now open to be used in any order you want. But you have to use one character once, and then all the other characters have to have had a turn before they all open up again to be used. So I am going to use the deputy actually this time, and the deputy is going to shoot The gang boss. Remember, he's got a revolver, so that's 12. He's in range. However, he is behind cover, or he has cover. You just have to be within an inch of that cover. It doesn't have to be blocking it. We'll just go. Should we go for a close up there? This may be a rule that I change. Let's go for a close up. So, this deputy is aiming at the gang boss here. He is behind cover. He has got cover. He's not behind it, because as you can see here, there's a gap, but there's cover here, and because he's within an inch of it, that's classed as giving him cover. As I say, I might change this rule, because the line of sight shows that it's completely clear and open. But for now, because he's within an inch of that hard cover, that's half his height, he gets the bonus. Let's put that back. Let's go back to the cat wants to join us. Hello. Right, where was we? So we were deciding that the deputy is going to have a shot at the gang boss. And that means he's within range. Now then, the cover rules I haven't got in the app just yet. It will be there at some point. At the moment I've got it as in a Google Doc. Which I will put on the dev screen just now. Cover modifiers. So these will modify the they'll modify the to hit roll. So because he's in half hardcover, it's -2. Actually, just thinking about it, I think it's all going to have to be +2s to the dice roll, because what you need to do to hit is get below your aim. So if we just have a look at the app here, the deputy is going to use his revolver. His aim is 6. So to hit, you would have to get 6 or below. But because he's in hard cover, half hard cover, yeah, it could be it could do -2 to his aim. So fair enough. So that makes it 4 or below that he needs to get, which is pretty poor. So it might not have been a good choice to go for that. But let's go with use the revolver, and we're targeting the gang boss. So this is where it's not built into the actual application just yet, but we will have to show the modified value there. So he is going to need a 4 or below to hit. And he doesn't. But that was one action, so he gets to shoot again. So it'll be exactly the same again. 4, he hits. Perfect. So I'm going to record. It's not recording it at the moment, but what you would do is when you're playing this, you'd say that was a miss, and that would obviously record it in the history of the showdown. We'd go again. We're targeting the gang boss. This time we've hit. And what we need is to roll 1d12 of an 8 or above, because the gang boss has a grit of 8. So 8 or above to wound. And he wounds. And let's see. I've just realised I've not been swapping the camera over again. You can trust me, it's an 8. We'll go back to that. 1 damage done. Although that's showing that up again, which makes me think this hasn't refreshed properly. But the gang boss has taken 1 wound. So you see he's down to 3 now, he was on 4. Right. I will have to go back here, I think. Just do another hard refresh. What I might do is to load up. I have to load up DevTools because it's been very naughty. Load up DevTools and let's disable the cache. Let's refresh that. Let's go back to the showdown. And hopefully it works next time. Cool, right. Back to the bad boys turn. So I went with the deputy, with the marshals, but with the outlaws, I'm going to do different. I could have gone with the gunslinger and shoot the marshal, but I'm actually going to go with the gang boss and shoot the deputy. But actually, I think what I'm going to do is, let's do a bit of death, because I'm starting to think that for balancing reasons, I don't know, it just makes me feel that we need to have 2 damage dice for the carbine short rifle. Not sure. And then 1 for the revolver. Gives it a little bit of like flavour and difference, doesn't it? So yeah, let's give it a blast, because it allows us to roll more dice as well, which I'm always a fan of. Roll more dice, the better. So I have a seeding process here that allows us to seed the characters and the weapons. So actually, the Winchester range 24, 1 damage dice. So let's go with the carbine short rifle of being 2. What I can do is I can actually just run this locally, I think. And it should seed the database. Yep. Let's just run this locally for now. let's just view the Marshall. 2 damage dice. Good. So let's close all that down. Don't need to do deployment for that. Go back to the app screen. Weapons, I think I'm just going to have to refresh. 2 damage dice. No, 1 damage dice, but if I refresh, 2 damage dice. So yeah, as I said, I think on this turn, the gang boss is going to shoot the deputy. Doobity, doobity, doobity. So, let's go to the, need to remember this, keep on this. Weapons for the gang boss. He's going to use his carbine. He's going to shoot the deputy. He's only got 2 wounds. He's going to shoot the deputy. Now then, the deputy is, let's go for the close-up camera. I would say he is behind hard cover, but only a quarter. So that means he would have a penalty of quarter hard cover is -1. So needs a 6 or below to hit. And he misses. What I might do on things like a 12 and 1s is have like fumbles, where you might hit your own characters, or critical hits. So that was his first action. His second action, 6 or below. He got 5. Perfect. So he's hit. So the right way to do this would be, the first one was a miss. He's going to use it again. He's going to target the deputy. He's hit. And I've got 2 D12 at 8 or above to wound. Could be dead here. These are if both of these are 8s and above. Oh, that is a 9 and a 4. So 1 wound. That showed up. Which is a little bit annoying. But at least it didn't show up on the other side. Let's just quickly go to the home there. And let's do dev tools again. Let's just refresh. Back to the showdown. Completed his turn. That's the lawman's turn. So, the app doesn't do it at the moment, but it will do soon, is he's had his go, he hasn't had his go. So the deputy's had his go, Marshall hasn't. But just to make sure we're keeping track of this as well, it would be good to have this in the app, and it will be soon, is the turn timer. We've had 3 turns, 3 each at least. The Marshal is going to have a go at shooting the gunslinger. He's well within range because he's 18 with his carbine. So let's Marshal, use the carbine. is going to target the gunslinger. And if you remember, same with the deputy, he's behind a quarter hard cover, which means -1, which needs to be a 6 or below. And he's got a 6. So that's a hit. And I got 2d12, 8 or above. And that's a 12 and a 3. So that's 1 wound. Yep, that's still coming up there. Yeah, I think after this goes round, I think we're going to have to work out why that's still coming up there. But so that was his first action. His second action is going to be obviously to target the gunslinger again. Behind quarter hard cover, which is -1, so that would be a 6 or below. And he's missed. So let's do a bit of dev and fix this bug. Fix the bug. Fix the bug. Fix the bug. Let's just do this so we're not. So we can use the local in-memory database. Just checking that I've got no secrets there that any of you on this live can use to be cheeky, but there isn't. Thankfully, it's all securely in the configs. Let's go back to the component. So it's the use weapon component. So I'm setting that there as false. That is the confirm on click. So I'm creating the package to go there. Oh, it's that, I see. That's why. The show use weapon as a setter that's empty. And it's actually basically only showing the use of a weapon if the character showdown use weapon VM is null, is not null. I earlier made this a non-nullable. That's why I have nulls here. So actually we need to get rid of that. Just get rid of that because we are setting them all as null. So on cancel setting it to null, and on miss we're setting it to null, and on confirm hit wounds, so that should actually be confirm wounds and click. So that's then setting that to null. It's a parameter we're passing in. Default it to null. Let's just have a local debug of this. Right. So I think I've got test on set up. Ah. No. It's just using a local in-memory database, so I can just put whatever I want in these. Just create a basic party. Let's just have one character. One character with one carbine. Create Showdown. Bullet. Use, target, hit, 1 damage. It's still showing. Why is it still showing? It's definitely on that. Let's put breakpoint there. Yeah, so there's something to do with this invoke that I'm doing here on the callback. Could be on weapon used. What am I doing in there? Character used weapon processing. I mean, could. Just set it to null there. Can I do hot reload? Sometimes hot reload is a pain. Come on. Are you working? Don't want to have to set up the... Hot reload output. I've never really worked out what's going on there. It's a hot reload output. I'm just going to have to stop it. Yeah, it's a pain because that just basically means I have to do the whole registration, create party again and create a showdown. So 20 to 1. It's getting late for my bedtime. Then we'll do this. might call it. Had 0 views. It's fine. It's fine. At times I've done this. Really do some automated tests for this. So he's got a weapon. He's got a weapon. No, he just suppose he didn't need it. Whatever. Showdown. There's my showdowns. You ready up? Ready up. Weapons. Use. Target. Hit. 1 wound. Confirm. Set to null. Yay! Let's get rid of that breakpoint. Lost a wound. Do it again. Target, hit, confirm. Yeah, it's gone. Good. Although, did I say he's lost a wound? So he's got 2 wounds left. Hit. Confirm. Taking a wound. Yeah. What? Target. Hit. Confirm. Taking a wound. Yes. 0. That's weird. Yeah. He's basically dead now, so I'll have to do some, I don't know, put like a chip there to say that he's dead. Dead. Or unconscious, actually, on 0. I think. Complete turn. Yeah. Okay. That has fixed it. Fix showing of use weapon component. Right. Well, I think that's enough for today. Yeah, because I mean the other thing is you just go around shooting up again. There's definitely a few things I want to build into the app before I do another one, like turn timer. Yeah, and forcing the use of all your characters before you can reuse them again. Maybe I'll do a dev session tomorrow, live stream that. See if this live streaming thing is worth all that's made out to be, which know. I don't know. Okay, well that was a good learning session, really. I found a few things out with the whole live streaming. I need to learn that when I do different things, I need to change the scenes. I wonder if there's hotkeys for changing the scenes. You can use the keys. You can bind that. Oh yeah. Excuse me. No, it doesn't look like I can bind anything. Can't bind any keys to the scenes, although good old ChatGPT, I'll ask that. Is there a way to bind scenes to hotkeys in OBS? And it's for certain hotkeys, you'll see a list of your scenes and sources. Under each scene, you'll find an option like switch to scene. Click the empty box next to the switch to scene and press the key or combo. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. File settings. Hotkeys. Stop streaming. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, app screen. Switch to scene. Switch to scene. I wonder what I should do in that as. Don't want to override something. I could do like Control Shift F keys or something. Control Shift F1. Oh yeah. Oh wow, it does all of the inputs as well. Mainstream, dev stream, let's have that as F2. Close up cameras, F4. This screen's F2, so let's make that second. So F1, F2, F3 can be app screen, close up camera that, and break scene. Let's go and have a look at that again then. Settings, hotkeys, app screen is F3. 1, 2, 3, 5. Break screen is F5. Close up is F4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and with that, I think I'm going to leave it there. I do wonder, because when I'm looking at the live in the YouTube studio, it's like so far on. Oh no, it's because it's right. It's somehow I've not got it right up to the current time. It does look like it's working, so I can just stop streaming. So thank you very much, guys. Doubt any of you have watched all of this. If you have, nice one. Any feedback you've got, that'd be brilliant. I will be back on to do more in the future. Bye bye for now.